Have you ever had one of those mornings where just getting out of bed feels like a workout in itself? You stand up, stretch a little, and your knees give a soft protest while your back seems to ask, "Are we really doing this again today?" You're not alone. So many of us reach a point where our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to, and even simple activities, like walking, start to feel like a bit more of an effort. But here's the good news. Walking might be one of the best things you can do for your body at this stage in life. The trick is knowing how much is just right. Not too little, not too much. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Walking? That's nothing new. I already do some of that here and there. But the truth is, how much you walk, how often, and how you do it can make all the difference in how you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's not about racking up miles like a marathoner or pushing your body until it aches. It's about moving with purpose, listening to your body, and using walking as a simple, enjoyable way to stay strong, balanced, and full of life. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly that. How much walking is enough as you get older? What kind of walking brings the most benefits? And how to fit it into your life without it feeling like a chore, whether you're already active or just starting to get moving again. This will help you feel more confident and motivated every time you lace up those walking shoes. So, let's take our first step. Together, let's begin with something simple but often overlooked. Why walking even matters so much after 60. You probably heard that walking is good for your heart, which is true, but it goes way beyond that. Walking helps maintain bone strength, supports your joints, improves circulation, and even boosts your mood. And the best part? You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. You just need your feet, a good pair of shoes, and a little time each day. But here's the part that surprises many people. Walking too little can quietly lead to all sorts of issues, like muscle loss, poor balance, slow metabolism, and even trouble sleeping. And on the flip side, walking too much or walking the wrong way, like pushing yourself when your joints are flaring or doing long walks without breaks, can actually increase inflammation, fatigue, and the risk of falls. It's all about finding that sweet spot where your body gets stronger without getting overwhelmed. So how much is that sweet spot? Well, that brings us to our first key point. Consistency matters more than distance. You don't need to aim for 10,000 steps a day. That number gets thrown around a lot, but it was never really designed for seniors. For most older adults, especially those who haven't been very active lately, start with as little as 2,000 to 3,000 steps a day, or roughly 20 to 30 minutes of walking, is a great foundation. What's more important than hitting a big number is that you're moving every day. Even if some days are shorter or slower, the daily habit keeps your body in motion, your joints from stiffening, and your confidence high. And if 30 minutes sounds like a lot right now, don't worry. You don't have to do it all at once. Breaking it into smaller chunks, like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 after lunch, and 10 in the evening, works just as well. In fact, short walks throughout the day can help keep your blood sugar steady and give your brain little boosts of clarity and focus. So instead of thinking, "I have to walk a lot," try thinking, "I just have to walk a little but often." Now let's talk about the second point. Listening to your body's rhythm. This one's big. Our bodies go through changes as we age, and what felt fine a few years ago might now feel a little different. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It just means we have to tune in a little more closely. If you find that walking first thing in the morning makes your knees stiff or your energy feels low, try walking a bit later in the day, after you've had breakfast and your body is warmed up. If you notice pain, not soreness, but actual pain, in your feet, hips, or back during or after walking, that's your body asking you to slow down or adjust how you're moving. And remember, this isn't about pushing through discomfort. It's about building a movement routine that feels good and keeps you coming back. Some people love walking in nature. Others enjoy walking around the mall, where the floors are even and there's air conditioning. Wherever and however you walk, the goal is to make a pleasure, not a punishment. If you enjoy it, you'll stick with it. And sticking with it is what truly brings the benefits. There's also something beautiful that happens when walking becomes a regular part of your day. You begin to feel more connected to yourself, to your surroundings, even to others. You might start to notice the little things again, like the birds singing in the trees or the smell of fresh air after a morning rain. These aren't just pleasant distractions. They actually help reduce stress hormones and support brain health. Walking isn't just exercise, it's nourishment for your whole being. Now, if you're someone who's already walking daily, first of all, wonderful, you're ahead of the game. But if you're feeling stuck, unsure, or maybe just not seeing results, there might be another piece of puzzle, which brings us to our third idea, adding purpose to your walk. You see, not all walking is created equal. A slow stroll is a great start, but as your body adjusts, you can gently increase the pace or add small challenges, like walking up a gentle incline or swinging your arms more as you go. You don't have to go faster, just walk with intention. Think of each step as an opportunity to energize your body and sharpen your mind. A purposeful walk helps improve cardiovascular health, build endurance, and can even improve memory. And here's a little tip you might enjoy. Try walking while listening to your favorite music or an uplifting podcast. The rhythm helps you stay motivated. And before you know it, you've walked further than you thought possible. It also keeps the experience from feeling routine. When walking becomes something you look forward to, everything changes. So far, we've talked about how daily, consistent walking can do wonders for your health, how tuning into your body can help you walk smarter, not harder, and how adding intention can turn an ordinary walk into a powerful wellness tool. Now that we've laid this foundation together, let's keep going. Because once walking becomes a regular part of your life, the benefits truly begin to blossom. But just like a good recipe, there's always room to sprinkle in a little extra flavor. And in this case, the next key ingredient is variety. It might sound surprising, but changing up how and where you walk can actually improve your balance, keep your mind sharp, and prevent your body from settling into a rut. You see, the human body, especially as we age, loves movement, but also loves a bit of novelty. Walking the same route at the same pace every single day is certainly better than sitting still, but after a while, your muscles get used to that pattern. Your balance muscles, in particular, stop being challenged. And balance is one of those things that really starts to matter more as we get older. One small stumble can lead to a fall, and a fall can lead to a long recovery. So, one way to keep walking fresh and supportive is to add variety to your walking routes and surfaces. If you usually walk on pavement, try walking on grass or a gravel path now and then. It gently wakes up those little stabilizer muscles in your legs and ankles, keeping them alert. If there's a local park nearby with a nature trail, even better. The slight ups and downs, twists and turns, all help train your body to stay upright and confident, even if you're just walking slowly and carefully. Think of it as balance training. That doesn't feel like training. Even changing the direction of your route or walking at different times of the day can bring fresh energy to your routine. You might discover a beautiful sunrise you never noticed before, or maybe you always seem to miss in the afternoons. Walking isn't just exercise. It's a gateway to staying connected with the world around you. And that kind of connection does wonders for emotional well-being. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but can make all the difference in how you feel after a walk. What happens before and after you walk. It's easy to forget about this part, but just like a car needs a few moments to warm up on a chilly morning, your body needs the same gentle care. Before heading out, take a minute or two to do some light movements. You don't need to do anything fancy. A few slow ankle rolls, gentle shoulder circles, or standing marches to wake up your hips and legs. It prepares your joints, especially if you've been sitting for a while, and helps reduce the risk of aches afterward. If your mornings feel stiff, doing these little movements before stepping outside can make the first few minutes of walking feel a whole lot easier. And when you're finished walking, don't just stop and sit down right away. Give your body a soft landing. A few minutes of light stretching, maybe reaching your arms overhead or gently touching your toes while seated, can help your muscles relax and recover. Think of it as a kind thank you to your body for showing up. Taking care of the before and after turns walking from just an activity into a complete wellness ritual. Something that doesn't just help you move, but helps you feel good moving. Now, let's touch on something that many people hesitate to talk about, but it's one of the most important things to understand. The emotional and mental side of walking. Because let's be honest, sometimes it's not our legs that stop us from walking more, it's our mood. Maybe you've had days where everything just feels heavier. The motivation isn't there. The weather's gloomy. Or maybe you're just feeling a bit isolated, like the world is moving on around you. That's real. And on those days, walking might seem like the last thing you want to do. But here's the beautiful part. Walking is actually one of the most effective, natural mood boosters we have. Studies have shown that just 10 to 15 minutes of gentle walking can help lift feelings of sadness or stress. It's not just a movement. It's the fresh air, the sunlight on your skin, the quiet rhythm of your footsteps, the little sounds of the world around you. All of these things send subtle signals to your brain. Hey, it's okay. You're doing something good for yourself. If walking alone feels lonely, consider inviting someone along, a neighbor, a family member, or even joining a local walking group. Many communities have senior walking clubs or meetups, and they're not just about exercise. They're about connection, laughing with someone, sharing a story, or simply walking side by side in companionable silence can turn a walk into something deeply comforting. And if you do walk alone, try using that time as a moment of mindfulness. Focus on your breathing. Listen to the sound of your feet on the ground. Notice the details, the color of the leaves, the shape of the clouds, the feel of the breeze. These small observations have a calming effect on the mind and can help shift your focus from worry to presence. Sometimes, all it takes is one good walk to reset a difficult day. Another powerful thing to consider is setting small, meaningful goals with your walking. Not big, stressful ones, just tiny intentions that make it easier to stay on track. Maybe your goal is to walk to the mailbox and back each morning, or to circle your favorite block after dinner. It doesn't have to be far. What matters is the commitment to yourself. And when you meet that little goal, it creates a ripple effect of motivation. You start thinking, if I can do this, maybe I could do a little more. And over time, those little bits add up to big changes. One thing I love to recommend is keeping a simple walking journal. Nothing fancy, just a little notebook or even a calendar where you mark the days you walked. Maybe you write down how long or how you felt afterward. It's not about tracking numbers. It's about noticing progress. After a few weeks, you'll look back and think, wow, look at what I've done. That sense of accomplishment is so powerful, especially when you're building a habit that supports your independence and health. And if you ever miss a day, that's okay. Life happens. What matters is that you return to it without guilt or pressure, just one foot in front of the other, whenever you're ready. So, we've talked about keeping your walking routine fresh and interesting with variety. We've covered the importance of warming up, winding down, and treating your body with kindness. And we've explored the emotional benefits of walking, the way it lifts your spirit, eases your mind, and helps you feel more grounded in yourself and the world around you. There's one more powerful element we haven't touched on yet, and that's where we're headed next. Because once walking becomes a rhythm in your day, something you enjoy and look forward to, it starts to change not just your body, but how you experience life. And that brings us to one more powerful piece of the puzzle, the connection between walking and long-term independence. Now, I want to gently ask you something. Have you ever worried about losing your independence as you get older? Maybe not now, but down the road. Being able to carry groceries on your own, walk around the house without holding on to furniture, travel, garden, or simply go for a stroll without worry. It's something many of us think about, sometimes quietly, sometimes more often than we like to admit. Here's the uplifting part. Regular walking is one of the most effective ways to stay mobile, steady, and strong enough to maintain your freedom well into your later years. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to walk miles a day or move at a fast pace. Even walking slowly, for short periods, builds and maintains the muscles that support your legs, hips, core, and even your posture. When we stop walking or move too little, those same muscles begin to weaken, often more quickly than people realize. That's when getting up from a chair starts to feel harder. That's when stairs become intimidating. And that's when balance issues start creeping in. But every day you choose to move, even just a little, you're protecting those muscles and keeping your body trained to move confidently. I once spoke with a woman named Margaret, 82 years old, bright-eyed, full of stories. She told me that for years, She didn't think walking mattered much. She had a stationary bike, a treadmill, a set of weights, all collecting dust. But after a fall in her kitchen that scared her deeply, she made a decision. Every morning after breakfast, she walked halfway down her street and back. That's it, just halfway and back. The first week, it was hard. Her legs ached, her back felt stiff, and she almost gave up, but she didn't. She kept going, rain or shine, with her cane in hand. A month later, she was walking the full block. 2 months later, she was meeting a neighbor at the corner. Today, she walks to the post office and back, smiling and waving at every person she passes. She told me, "I may not be fast, but every step reminds me I'm still moving forward." That's what this is really about. Not being the fastest, not being the fittest, but being able to do the things you love. On your own, in your own way, for as long as possible. And speaking of doing what you love, let's talk about how walking can be woven into your life, not just added to your to-do list. One of the reasons people stop walking is because it starts to feel like a chore, another thing to fit in. But when walking becomes something that naturally fits into your lifestyle, you won't feel like you're forcing it. Maybe it's walking around the garden while checking your flowers, or taking the scenic route when going to get the mail, or parking a little farther from the store entrance on purpose, just to get in those few extra steps. Maybe it's dancing slowly in the kitchen while dinner's cooking, or pacing gently while talking on the phone. These movements count. They matter. Movement isn't just something you do in running shoes. It's every little choice to stay active throughout your day. And don't forget, rest is part of movement, too. If there are days when your body says, "Today, we take it easy," then listen to that. Gentle stretching, sitting by the window and rotating your ankles, or simply lifting your arms a few times. These are also ways to stay in touch with your body. What matters most is that you don't give up on yourself, because every day is a chance to care for your body in a way that feels right for you. Before we wrap things up, let's take a quick moment to reflect on what we really talked about. It's not just about walking. It's about choosing to stay connected to your body, to your independence, to the world around you. It's about finding joy in movement, even when it's slow. It's about knowing that you have the power to support your health and happiness, one step at a time. And I want to leave you with this. No matter where you are on your journey, whether you're already walking every day or just thinking about lacing up those shoes again, you are not behind. You're not too late. You're right where you need to be. Start with a few steps. Celebrate those. Then take a few more. You might be amazed at how your energy grows, how your confidence builds, and how your days start to feel just a little brighter. So if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for taking this time for yourself, for your body, your mind, your well-being. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to move in a way that makes you feel alive. And remember, you don't have to walk alone. Share in the comments below how walking fits into your life. Maybe it's a morning walk with your dog, or maybe you're just starting again after a long time. I'd love to hear from you, and your story might just inspire someone else who's watching. If this video brought you a little comfort, motivation, or even just a smile, please give it a like. It helps more people find this gentle kind of content. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, about simple ways to feel better, move more, and live fully after 60, go ahead and subscribe. There's always more to share, and I'd love to have you with me. So here's to you, and to all the steps ahead, slow, steady, and full of heart. Here's to living your best life at any age. And remember, every step counts, and so do you.